Hello lovely people, I am back with my third video. Finally, sorry, the first two were like nerve-wracking and I know I was so nervous, I'm still very nervous. But yeah, so in today's video I'm just going to talk about 5 feelings that I've been feeling after all my recurrent miscarriages. I'm going to start with the first one and then I'm going to tell you what was easier after that, or if it was easier after that. So yeah, I've written them down as well. Sorry, I keep thinking I'm going to forget and ramble on forever, so it happened here. The first one was obviously sadness. Sadness is something that everyone who experiences miscarriages, it's like a first step. You're just so sad and there's basically nothing that can make it better. No one could make it better for me. Nothing could make it. That's just initially. Nobody could make me feel better or understanding that everything is going to be okay. So yeah, that involves, you all know what that involves. It all involves a lot of crying, actually feeling sorry for myself, thinking that things are not going to work fine for me, and I was just a lot in bed and saying to myself, why is this happening to me? It's not fair. So yeah, it was just constant sadness for, I must say, for a couple of weeks, as my first miscarriage was a very hard one. It wasn't that easy. It's so-called miscarriage. So I miscarried earlier on and then I was carrying this for the next 6 weeks. So it was very hard. Yeah, so that's a number 1. Number 2 is anger. If you ask, like, who was I angry at? I was just angry at myself. To be perfectly honest, I was angry with everyone. That's one of the feelings that it's very hard to, because obviously it's nobody's fault. It is literally nobody's fault and there's nothing you can do about it, but you're just so angry. I was angry with myself, thinking, you know, like I hate myself for this to happen. I was angry with my husband because he was just being nice. I was just very hormonal and just very affected by what happened to me. I was angry at other people. I was even angry at, like, you know, this is really a bad thing to say and I never meant it then or any time, but I was just angry with everyone who was pregnant, and it's just, I just always felt like, why is it just me? I didn't want it for anyone else, but I just thought, why is it me? So anger is a number 2. Third one is guilt. That's the one that goes to your head because you do initially and always think that I have done something wrong in my life. I have been a bad person. I have, you know, hurt other people. You know, you kind of go off thinking that these things will happen because you have, in the past, you've done something and now you've just been punished for it. I don't know if it's very common for anyone else. That's definitely the one that I felt a lot, and a lot of things in my past that come in and thinking, oh my god, was it that? Did I do that? Is it because of that? It was just never ending, and it just hurt a lot, and that obviously was connected to another first 2 that I also mentioned. The fourth one was emptiness. I felt incredibly empty inside. It was something that's, I don't know if I'm going to explain this right, but when you have something like, you think you're carrying the baby and you have all your, you know, hopes and dreams and everything that you ever wished for now has disappeared, and it almost felt like the part of the body was gone. It was a really, really weird feeling that I specifically felt after my first miscarriage, but then that's the one that I actually felt my second and third time I felt incredibly empty. It's I almost felt when I was actually miscarrying, like it could be a day or two that I already knew that I had miscarried, because obviously I have a previous experiences with that, and my body is telling me. So it was quite vivid, and it was quite scary. It wasn't a nice feeling. It was, you know, when I would go to bed, I would feel it's just something's gone, and now I'm gonna have to, you know, somehow bring it back. Yeah, so that was the one that was not nice at all either. And the last one, the fifth one, is something that it's so hard to, I don't know if it's hard to admit or it's hard to feel that way, because it's embarrassment. Embarrassment was the other feeling that I thought I was embarrassment for myself, for, you know, my family, for my friends. It's a weird feeling when you tell people that this is exactly that you feel embarrassed. At some point, I remember after my first miscarriage, I had to go back to work, and it took me a good 3 weeks to finally decide and kind of get courage to show up there and just be, you know, all happy and normal and I'm cool, I'm good, all that. Because in these 3 weeks, I actually haven't seen many people. I've seen my husband, and I've seen my good friends, a couple of them. It's a daunting situation for them and for you to come and see you and for you to welcome someone when you just kind of don't want to talk to anyone, really. Yeah, so initially when I got back to work, I felt so embarrassed and ashamed. I don't know why. That's the weirdest one I always feel, but it's just when I saw other people, regardless if they knew what has happened to me or they had no idea what has happened to me, I just felt like distant and embarrassed, and initially I just couldn't talk about it, because initially if anybody would look at me with like a sad eyes or something, I would instantly cry. Like, that would be it. I could not handle it. And yeah, so that feeling was actually very strong, and it was carried on for a long time. And it's one of the things that you think like, oh my god, I'm filming and I'm talking all about it. But it's true, because once when you pass the point when you start being okay with your past or how the present situation is, you know, you get a terms of it, and it's, you know, it's fine. You talk about it, you feel better about it. At that time, when I talked about it, I felt worse, because I just, at that stage, I wasn't ready to discuss anything else, but this shouldn't happen to me, and that should not have been me. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, surely. But yeah, these are the 5 things that I felt after all my miscarriages. So it's sadness, anger, guilt, emptiness, and embarrassment or shame. So yeah, if you, I don't know, comment or like email me if there's anything that you felt and it was similar to mine, or it was just me that felt all these things. I don't think so. But yeah, it's hard, but you know, and you're very, very brave. So everyone who has experienced anything similar like that, once when you come out, you know, of those feelings all together, you know, you become braver, and yeah, then you become yourself again. Because I think that's quite hard to. I wasn't myself. So once when you become yourself again, life is all easier, trust me. So yeah, so don't forget to like and subscribe this video if you like it. There's also a little notification button next to subscribe. If you click on that, that's also, it's gonna tell you when my next video is out. And of course, share if that's something that you're interested in. Yeah, thank you for listening. Don't forget to smile, like I said at the end of my every video, and I hope to see you in my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye!